Nate is walking out with his mom and dad. He plans on attending Alfred State University. His greatest football memory was registering his first sack against East Aurora last season. Nice job, Nate. Our second senior, number 17, Zach Gallman. Zach will be walking out with his mom and friend. He'll be attending SUNY Fredonia next season, and his greatest memory was getting the first tackle in live game action. Next, number 18, Dylan Carlson. He'll be walking out with his mom and dad. He plans to go to a business college so he can make a lot of money. And his greatest football memory was hanging out with his teammates and battling it out with Tubby before practice. Next, number 54, Hunter O'Donnell, also known as Tubby. He's walking out with his mom and dad. He plans on getting right into the workforce after graduation. His greatest football memory was being nominated for the Trench Trophy Award this season.
How about this guy? Did you forget him?
Next, double deuce, number 22, Mike Kilpatrick. He'll be walking out with his mother. He plans on joining the military after graduation. Thank you for doing that. His greatest memory was delivering a specific monster hit during a modified game. Next, we have number 68, Andrew Tazif. He is walking out with his mom and sister. He plans on college to pursue a degree in business, and his greatest football memory was beating East Aurora at home earlier this year. Next, we have number 44, Robbie Fallsgraf. He'll be walking out with his mom, Cindy Keefe, and he's going to work in a pet store. Finally, number 78, Danny Lovis. He's walking out with his parents. He intends on attending barber school. His greatest football memory was just being with his teammates and the bond created. Let's cheer for these fine young men who've helped Lakeshore grow in many ways. Thank you.
Good job, Bob. Here's the officials. We got time because it's only 6 o'clock.
I think the girls, that is true, right?
Seniors. First up is Haley Garrison. She is accompanied by her mom and dad. Haley has spent 2 seasons on the varsity team as a position of flyer. Her favorite competition or win was Fredonia on her birthday. Haley's favorite memory is getting the Spirit Awards. Haley looks to attend Fredonia for business administration. Haley wants to thank her mom for always pushing her and Val and Amy for always believing in her. Congratulations, Haley. Our second senior cheerleader is Ava Waterman. Ava is accompanied by her mom and dad. Ava's been a varsity cheer member for 2 seasons. Her position is bass. Her favorite competition or win was Fredonia. Her favorite memory was sophomore year Halloween practice. Ava is attending Fredonia and majoring in education. Ava would like to thank her family for supporting her through everything she does and always being there for her. Congratulations, Ava. Our final senior cheerleader is Nina Wolf. Nina is accompanied by her dad, Brian Wolf, her mom, Jean Cosenza, and her sister, Brooke. Nina has been on the varsity squad for 3 seasons in the position of base. Her favorite competition, her favorite win was sectionals, and her favorite memory was Halloween practices. Nina is going to attend UB for exercise science. She would like to thank Val and Amy for pushing her to be her best, and her mom and dad for paying for everything. Congratulations, Nina. Good luck, varsity cheerleaders.
Thankfully, I have it needed here for you.
If you do, just...
I will. Joe Argentieri, one of the Eric Mazewski and Augie Tubani. What?
And what you guys just witnessed there for the past 5-10 minutes has been senior night here at Lakeshore High School, where a couple of the football players on this Lakeshore varsity program and some of the cheerleaders on this Lakeshore cheerleading squad being their senior night, being congratulated for all their success for their each prospective sides. As I'm Jacob Fike, alongside me is Tom Prancer, live here at Lakeshore High School for not only senior night, but another Thursday night football edition between Lakeshore and Olean.
Yeah, we got a chance, like I said, to see senior night. We're excited, right? Olean takes the hour-and-a-half bus ride up here, right? When they talked to Coach before, and he thinks the last time that these guys actually played together, he came to Lakeshore, may have been in the 90s. That's how long it's been that these two actually met. So this is going to be a big one. But, Jake, what we do is before we get things started is we started early for this broadcast because we wanted to give seniors their due. We always try to do that. Whenever we have a broadcast, we try to make sure that those seniors have their moment on video that's out there, and it's been a part of the broadcast. But we're going to take a quick timeout. Let's go to some of our commercials that we're going to go to beforehand, and then we're going to come back and get ready and get things started.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home? Forget about it. Does he get good rates? Forget about it. And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy? Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF and...
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Western New York Athletics brings us live here to Lakeshore High School. I'm Jacob Fike. Alongside me is Tom Prince as we get set up for another Western New York Athletics Thursday Night Football edition between Lakeshore and Olean. We thank you guys for tuning into this broadcast, watching it live, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And Tom, a nice league matchup here. Olean drives about 90 minutes here to go into Lakeshore, try to get that big win tonight.
Yeah, again, big game. Any game right now inside a conference when you're trying to make the playoffs is huge right here. Lakeshore trying to go for that big win that they need, and Olean trying to get that next win to make them eligible to try to get into the playoffs.
Lakeshore comes into this game 1-4 overall. They're 1-3 in the Class B South, whereas for Olean, they're 2-3 overall, 2-1 in the B South. And these are both teams that, you know, coming into the season so far, Lakeshore a little bit on a rebounding type season, a little bit with Olean. Start off with the road team. Olean start off the season 0-3 overall, with that third loss coming against in week 3 in their non-league matchup against Southwestern. But since then, since week 4 and 5, they have done a very good job picking up the pace and picking up the intensity, especially on their defensive side of the ball. In week 4, Olean was up 26-0 on East Aurora Holland at the end of the first half. They wanted to win that game 32-6, where their defense shut out East Aurora Holland in week 4 in the first half. In week 5 in the second half, they shut out Dunkirk, winning 22-14 in that part of the second half. Whereas for Lakeshore's side of the ball, they picked up a nice win over against East Aurora Holland as well in week 3. And since then, you know, it's been that rebuilding year, has some inexperience on the team, but they show a lot of promise in the next year or so.
Few things, right, you talk about right there. I want to look at that first game Olean has. One of the big games right there is Olean loses Fredonia 14-13. Fredonia may be one of the hottest teams right now in the C Conference, and look at what the game that they played. Very underrated, that game right there, when you look at what Fredonia is doing to every other team that's out there right now. That's a good game, and that's a testament that shows this team is strong, and they're ready to take the next step. They've got a 3-year starter here at quarterback that we're going to be talking about a lot in this game. Watch out, I'm telling you, this Olean may be getting better, and better each week like you referred to.
Yeah, and that quarterback you were talking about for Olean was Riley Silves, also plays defensive back. Like you mentioned, 3-year starting quarterback will be one of the key players for Olean. Also, another big key player, Jamison Pittman, senior running back, plays linebacker as well, leads the team in rushes and rushing touchdown. It's also that dual threat guy in the receiving game as well. 8 catches, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. And not to mention, he's also their #1 tackler on this team with 31 tackles on the season, 2 for a loss. Explosive and fast, plays linebacker on the defensive side like I mentioned, and has turned it on the last couple games. When I mentioned about head coach Phil Vecchio earlier this week, he mentioned that how Jamison Pittman has turned it on very well.
And then also, don't forget about Cade Anastasia, who had a Conley Cup nominee this past week. He's been electric, 235 yards he's caught through the air, 4 touchdowns on the season. So half the touchdowns that Silvis has thrown has gone to Anastasia.
Now let's look at the other side of the ball, the home team matchup, Lakeshore. Jaden Kennedy, the junior quarterback, also plays defensive back. Numbers-wise in the passing game, it's been pretty good in terms of throwing it and getting some yards in the air. Hasn't had much of the passing touchdowns, but where he's got that in passing touchdowns, he's been able to rejuvenate it in the running game, especially in the red zone in goal line situations. 6 rushing touchdowns on the season for him. And then Hunter O'Donnell, their senior, one of 5 only seniors on this football team. Offensive line, also plays defensive line. One of the captains, a Trench Trophy nomination in Week 3. Talking to head coach Dan Russell for Lakeshore, he's not the biggest player out there. He was a transfer from JFK from last season. Didn't start at JFK, but once he got the nod for Lakeshore, he was able to get the go. And when he has confidence, he plays with a great leverage and effort and has a tenacity to be a great lineman.
You know, you talked a little bit earlier. You're saying that the Lakeshore team is trying to really get their bearings, get things going, get things started, get things positive, get in the right momentum, all those things that come with a young team or a team that's trying to find its way. You need a coach that's going to really help lead that way. And I'm going to tell you something. Before we started, I got a chance to just sit here and watch Coach Dan Russell out here with his team. While they're warming up, first of all, I heard him how dynamic and how passionate he gets about getting them excited about playing the game of football. But then you know what he did, which I thought was huge? Went to every single player and said something positive, tapped him on the shoulder pads, hit him in the back of the head, all positive, right? You know what I mean? A little tap that says, hey, I'm here. I'm listening to you. We're going to do this together. We're in the trenches together. I absolutely love that as a coach. And when you have a coach that cares about you so much like that, I'm telling you, you're willing to run through a wall for him. And I love what I'm seeing out there as the coaching staff for Lakeshore.
And one of those players that has been running through the wall very well throughout the season has been Rob Gillette. Not a senior, not a junior, not even a sophomore, a freshman on this team. Leads the team in tackles with 34. Also has almost 100 receiving yards on the season. And then this will be another big one is Aiden Kazmarek, who, when talking to head coach Dan Russell, it could be a game-time decision, leads the team in receptions and also in receiving yards and has the only receiving touchdown for them on the season. Does very well in the run game as well and helps them on the defensive side with 2 forced fumbles. Like you mentioned, Dan Russell does a really good job getting these young guys ready, and within a year or two to see where this program is, assuming everyone comes back, this team could be very, very potential to be a threat.
You know what Lakeshore has always been known for, too, is the big linemen, right? And when you see that line and he starts getting those younger linemen that get bigger, stronger, faster, right? Trust me, they're going to be right there. They really are. It's what they've always been known for, and you're going to see this Lakeshore team get better and better and better. This is in-game experience. You can't ask for anything more than that, and they're going to see that out there. I'm excited to see where we go with this team and how they grow and how they get better and better each week. So also, let's talk about real quick, just so everybody knows with halftime how it's going to work, okay? So we're actually going to get a chance to do a couple new things at halftime. If you're watching the broadcast, you may start to see it. But if you're new to us, stay with us at halftime. We will, right at halftime, I'll leave about 2 minutes into the game left in the game. You'll stay here with Jake Byak as he's going to make the call the rest of the way. I will go out into the field, and my first interview right when we hit halftime is going to be with Coach Vecchio right at center field right there. Right on the 50-yard line. We're going to see how things are going as far as Olean's perspective goes. Then what we're going to do is get a chance to go to a quick commercial as we get set up, and Jake and I are going to get a chance to do our halftime show. We'll be right down at the track. We'll get a chance to do a halftime show and tell you what we see, what we think can make the changes, what are big as far as players that we saw, a lot of different things we'll go over at halftime. Then when they put 3 minutes on the clock, and those 3 minutes on the clock go up as they finish and get ready to come on the field, we're going to get a chance to then talk to Coach Dan Russell right down at the field. So we're going to get both coaches, halftime show. We got a big halftime too.
Absolutely. It's one of the many things that we've done here at Western New York Athletics, trying to bring out the best coverage we can to give you guys so you guys can keep tuning in, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. We always thank you guys for tuning in to our support. We always thank you guys for always watching us and giving us the feedback. We always appreciate it. So with that being said, we have about, I want to say, close to 10 minutes before the start of the kickoff. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll go over the game plan for Olean and Lakeshore. This is Thursday Night Football Edition on Western New York Athletics. We'll be right back. This is Western New York Athletics Live.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home? Forget about it. Does he get good rates? Forget about it. And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy? Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
And we welcome you back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. You're watching this game live on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook, or on the WesternNewYorkAthletics.com website. We thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Jacob Fike. Alongside me is Tom Prince. Had a little bit of an earlier broadcast today with the introductions of senior night. A couple of seniors on the Lakeshore football team and a couple of the seniors on the Lakeshore cheerleading squad being recognized and congratulated on their success and their amazing stuff they do for Lakeshore High School and for respective programs. Talked a little bit about the key players of the game, about each squads, what each game is going, what each team is going into, what the importance of this game tonight. And right now, we're going to go into the game plan here. Starting off here with Lakeshore, a big thing here, like I mentioned a couple times on this broadcast, this is a very young team. This is a team that, you know, they're already 1-4, so you know, it seems like it could be a harder shot for them to try to get that playoff spot. But I think the game plan here is it's the last home game and there should be a huge amount of aggressiveness and intensity from this side. Last home game, and I mentioned this with Dan Russell as he did to me, defend the dirt. Defend your home field tonight and pick up a huge win against the road opponent in Olean, and try to get Jaden Kennedy going through multiple sides of the ball, whether it's in the air or it's some designed run plays or audibles for him. He's going to get a lot of times where he might be able to switch up some plays to try to find a play that he'll feel more comfortable depending on the formation and what the defense is at. So that's going to be very important on that side. Defensively, be more aggressive, as this will, you see that aggressiveness from Lakeshore against Olean. If they're able to get it off really early, they're going to gain that confidence throughout the game, and that aggressiveness intensity will keep piling on for Lakeshore.
Lakeshore's got to right now start to learn to establish that ground game. Right now, your leading rusher is coming from the quarterback position. So what happens is when you see that in the game, what are you going to look to right away? I'm going to look right to the trenches. I want to see that I can get my running back some room to be able to run. That's where you can see once that offensive line gets better and better and stronger, it gets more into each game and gets farther and farther with their athletic ability, you're going to see they're going to do better and better. That's the first area that you want to start seeing from Lakeshore as they're going to grow, because no doubt Kennedy can throw the ball, right? He's thrown for 418 yards, so we know he can throw it, and he's run for 96. What you want to now start to see is somebody like Houston or Brown or Kazmarek, right, or Russell. All the guys that have run the ball, all these guys, be able to start running the ball and be effective on the run. Once that starts to happen, I'm telling you, this Lakeshore team's going to get better, better, and better.
And on Olean's side of the ball, we mentioned how they have a good amount of players offensively, whereas on Lakeshore side they do as well. Riley Silvas, Jameson Pittman, Cade Anastasia, and Ryan Eisenberg, all guys who can help offensively and defensively. When speaking to Olean head coach Phil Vecchio, his main game plan is we don't want this game to be decided just on one person being the only factor for the team. He wants everyone to contribute as much as they can. It can't just be Riley Silvas on everything or James Pittman running the ball the entire time. We're having the defense rely on many situations. Every player has an assignment and role to do tonight, and they have to contribute and do it 100%, and they'll get a win against Lakeshore.
And one big player they are missing right now is Julius Childs. And we found out from Childs is he is one of their middle linebackers is where he played. He was also moved to center to be able to help them out, has been a very effective player for this Olean team, and Coach will absolutely recognize this is a loss that they're going to have. But you've heard it from every single coach that we've done along the line, next man up, who's going to step up. So I think we're going to turn it over as we're going to hear the national anthem right now, and we're going to get things started as we're going to get ready to do this ball game. Wow, Jake, we heard the band do that. What a great job as the band really kicks this game off for us. We got it, Dandy. We're set to go. I'm excited, boy. I love it. Thursday night football. So we're going to see our captains right now walk out. And we see our captains right now that are walking out for Lakeshore are Hunter O'Donnell, Drew Russell, Aiden Kazmarek and Dylan Carlson. And then for Olean is Riley Silvis, Lucas Brushingham. And sorry, we're trying to pick them all up.
Chris Bargy is on the right side next to Brushingham. And then looks like that is number
Jamison Pittman.
Number 14, Jamison Pittman.
We got a nice shot right now. You can see the toss as our camera guy out there on the field for this one. BJ Stack, our camera guy, out in the field. Russ Battaglia's got the game shot. We got two of the best out here today. We're excited. Our producer, Heidi Gunther, boy, we got them all today. We got the best here, and I got my play-by-play guy. We're good to go right here, Jake. Got to get excited. I mean, really, this is, I'd love to see we get a chance to cover this Olean team who has traveled a long way. So hopefully you're getting a chance to at least watch the Olean team play if you weren't able to make that trip that's out here. So hopefully we're going to see a fantastic game right here tonight. We're excited, though. And I think you're going to know very early in this game if the team, what they're trying to do is going to be able to bring out and be able to do to their successes what they do best.
So it looks like Olean won the toss. They elected to defer, so we'll have Lakeshore start the first half with their first possession.
We got drums out here tonight. We got everything out here. Boy, I'm going to tell you, one of the we love the press box that we're up here. It's nice and wide open, right? We're getting a nice breeze in here tonight. It's a gorgeous night. What are we talking, low 70s, mid 70s right now? Just an incredible day. I mean, really, you can't ask for a better night for football. You really can't. And it looks like ready to receive for Lakeshore, right, is number 1, Cole Marecki, and number, is it 18, Dylan Carlson? Is that what you see out there?
Yeah, it looks like number 18, Dylan Carlson's the other return man on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I guess they told me who it was.
And then we'll have Riley Silvis be kicking this one off.
Oh, boy, we've got another quarterback who's going to kick, who's probably going to punt, right? He's going to be quarterback. He's going to run the ball. We'll see if they need help at the concession stand when he gets a chance, right?
And we are underway. That ball is bouncing around the 20-yard line, and there goes number 18. That was Dylan Carlson on the return. And the ball is spotted just shy of the 30, 29-yard line. And that is where Lakeshore will start. And coming out of that huddle will be the junior quarterback, Jaden Kennedy. You know, as always, we always like to hear about, you know, the first opening drive. You get a big score against your opponent. It sets the tone the rest of the way. But for Lakeshore, this has to be a monstrous opportunity for them.
Like I said, big start, right? This is exactly what you do. Can you run the ball? Looks like they're going to come trips to our side, one to the far side.
With the 4 wide receiver set the snap, and they're going to try and give it right up the middle, past the 30-yard line, down at around, say close to the 30, pick up about a yard or so on the carry.
So we talked about it, right? We want to see Lakeshore try to establish the run early on. That's exactly what they come out and try to do, right? They're trying to make sure they can open up that run game. The more you do that and establish the run, you can control this clock. We've seen a lot of teams that may not have the talent that you've seen for the other team, but they've done it because they're winning the line of scrimmage. They're winning time of possession.
They go 4 wide, 2 to the left and right. Carlson right next to Kennedy. Have to get to the 39 for the first down. The snap and the give once more to Carlson. Trying to juke up once, and he's hit hard at around the 35. And that's where he'll stay in between the 35, maybe 36-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and short situation.
And it looked like in on the tackle right there was number 72.
Devin Kays there on the tackle for Olean.
And number 4, Cody Tidd, were the 2 guys on the tackle right there.
3rd and 3.
Kennedy with 2 running backs right next to him and a 3 wide receiver set. Here's the snap and the give, and it's going to be Kennedy trying to go out to the left side. A flag is on the play. He gets past the 35 and taken down right around maybe the 37, 38-yard line, just short of the first down marker. But the penalty, see what the penalty is going to be on.
Usually that's in the spot of holding. I hate to say that.
And that was a call that you and I saw a lot last week between Salamanca and Fredonia.
Jake, I've done, I think, 2 or 3 games since that game, and I think I've talked about it in every broadcast. 31 flags were officially thrown in that game, and we went, 3.5 hours for a full game. It was a long one, no doubt about it. And it was on Thursday night, so it's been a week since then, right? But so that hold is going to take them back at 10 yards from the spot of the foul right there.
So they're right at the start of their opening drive. A 3rd down and 10 at their 29. 3 wide receiver set. The snap. And the rollout for Kennedy. Trying to find an open person. Still having it. Trying to check down. And that one is caught past the 40-yard line and taken down just short of the Hatfield mark. A nice throw right there from Kennedy to his man, Aubrey Tallchief, to get the first down.
What a great job. Oh, no, we're going to see a penalty here. Flag was thrown.
And did not see the flag originally, but you are correct, Tom. It is on Lake Shore. So a beautiful opportunity for the first down gets negated due to a penalty.
Boy, what a job that he does right there. Did you see the way he actually finds himself time, does what he can with his legs to try to give his receiver enough time to break open right there from the route and then be able to complete it on the run. Boy, that is something that you see a lot of veteran even quarterbacks have trouble with, and you saw exactly why we've been talking so highly of Jaden Kennedy, as he does a great job right there. But it is a first down because it was a personal foul penalty after the play had done, so still a first down at least.
Ball spotted at the 33-yard line with a 2 running back set. 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the right. Here's a snap. And a bit of a trickery play. Fumble on the play. Gillette had it. And looks like it's going to be still in possession of Lake Shore. Try to do some trickery with Gillette, trying to move it towards the right side, towards Olean's sideline. But he bobbled the ball, and that'll lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, reverse we saw on that one done. And Troy Kennedy, 52, the sophomore offensive lineman, 6'3", 200, falls on it. Does a great job of keeping that ball, though, with Lakeshore. But I love what I'm seeing from Coach Russell, and I love that they're trying to establish the run game. They're doing it by the run right now.
2nd down and 12. Kennedy with the snap. They give it to Carlson once more, running up the gut and past the 35. And it looks like he may have just gotten to around the 36-yard line. Pickup of about 5. Now bring up 3rd down.
So, Jake, we talked about it, right? If you can run the ball and you can, even an effective drive, could be eating a lot of clock right there. You can see we're coming up on 4 minutes right here. So obviously this is so far a very positive drive right now for Lakeshore as they're keeping the ball away from Olean and doing a very good job of it by doing it on the run, something we said they had to establish today.
So it's a 4 wide receiver set. Here's the snap. Kennedy looking from left to right, and this one will sail over Gillette. Through his hands, incomplete. Caught that ball. He would have been just past the first down marker, but that instead will bring up 4th down.
That was close. You wonder if he just turned a little too early right there. Had a chance to catch it. I know it was a little high. Had a chance, but that would have been a big play right there to be able to convert there and keep this drive going.
So about Lakeshore player just running towards the sideline. Would have been too many men on the field. This snap a little to the right. Tries a little bit of a running punt. More of a line drive, but gets past the midfield marker and will go into Olean territory at around the 36-yard line.
I can't believe Kennedy even got that off. I think if he would have tried to punt that in the air, it was blocked. Does a good job of actually keeping it low so it couldn't have been blocked. I actually like the kickoff because what he does is prevents a huge play from happening right there. So at least he has Olean on their side of the field, right? And be able to start out with, yeah, it's good field position, but it could have been a lot worse if he got that punt blocked.
So Olean will break out of their huddle and will give it over to their 3-year senior quarterback, Riley Silvas. One thing about Silvas, if he gets a guy one-on-one on a streak route, watch it because he can chuck it downfield. The 3 wide receivers, option play. Silvas going to toss it now over to Pittman. Able to break off one defender, break off another past the 40. Now goes towards the middle. Midfield marker past that and down at around the 48-yard line. A tough, looks like 15-yard gain for Jamison Pittman, but nonetheless, a big first down.
And Pittman breaks at least 3-4 tackles on that one until you see Troy Kennedy make the big play and the stop right there just past midfield.
Ball at Lakeshore's 48. 3 wide receivers set, 2 to the right, 1 to the left for Silvas, and he will just do a draw play. Some great blocking, getting past the 45, down to the 40, and into the 34-yard line. Pick up about 14, and 2 straight plays on this first drive result in 2 first downs.
What do we say all the time, right? Effective run game all starts in the trenches. You said it. Look at the great blocking that was out there. They're all doing it behind a big line.
10. Ball to 34-yard line.
Silvas with the 2 running back set. Has about 3 wide receivers. Here's the snap, the fake to Pittman. Trying to chuck this one downfield. Has a man wide open, and it's incomplete. Number 2, Zach Byrne was wide open past the last safety. If he caught that, he was in for 6. But unfortunately, it will be incomplete, 2nd and 10.
I think he saw that end zone. The eyes were wide open on that one. Saw the end zone. I think just turned a little too quickly and unfortunately dropped that. But now, big 2nd down as you see Olean marching down the field.
Silvas will have Pittman right behind him with 3 wide receivers. That's a man motion, toss play for Pittman, able to get 1 block and able to get past the 30-yard line, but a flag does get thrown back towards the offensive line, and it will be against Olean.
I gotta tell you, I love this band. I really do.
So that will move him back close to the midfield marker, and the ball will be spotted still in Lakeshore's territory around the 48.
And I always remind everybody, this isn't the NFL where the 10-yard penalty comes from the line of scrimmage. In high school, the penalty happens from where it occurred. So where the hell it occurred, that's where it goes, and you can see that's why we're 10 yards farther than where we were from the actual line of scrimmage.
That will bring up a 2nd down and 24. And at 24, that's where they have to go for the yard marker for the first down. The snap, the quick pass from Silvas to Pittman. Across the midfield marker, getting past the 45, has 1 guy tugging along with him. His helmet gets cut off, and he'll be down around the 41. Another penalty marker, though. And that will be against Olean once again.
I mean, Olean's doing a great job. I mean, Pittman has been unbelievable so far early on in this game, right? So you can see they're moving the ball. The only thing that's been hurting them right now is flags.
So we'll see what this ball is once again, and it will be back in Olean territory at their 47.
So we got a 2nd down, and it looks like 29.
They go 4 wide. The snap. 3 steps. Silvas throws, has a man wide open, and it's caught at around the 35 and taking down right at around the 25-yard line. I want to see who that number is. Looks like that's number 24, Memphis App, the junior, coming up big.
Looks like it'll be short 3rd and 1 right here. But that's the one thing is they found guys. We've now seen 2 guys wide open right now, and those are the guys that got to get covered, or it could be a long day for Lakeshore.
So it'll be a 3rd and about 2. Have to get to the 24 for the first down. They go 3 wide receivers. The snap, the give, able to shake off one defender and another. It's Pittman past the 20 and more than enough for the first down, right at around maybe the 18-yard line, a pickup about 8. And how about Olean? 2 penalties that pushed them back in their own territory. Just get that first down in 2 big plays.
But they've done it, and they've done it with both the run with Pittman, also swing passes out to him, and then you've seen the long pass. I mean, right now Silva looks great right now throwing the ball. And Pittman, I'll tell you, the minute he gets that ball in the hands, he's been a real tough tackle.
With a 2 running back set, fullback, running back, 3 wide receivers. Silvas, the snap, and it's Pittman once more, shaking off one defender at around the 10, getting some help from the blocking. He'll try to go for the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Just snuck by the last defender along the pylon and gets a big score, the first one of the game for Olean.
Great run. He's just been real tough to tackle. You can just say he has really been a tough tackle today right now for Lakeshore. You can't think that you're going to tackle somebody up around those shoulders. You got to get down and get those legs, otherwise it's going to be a long day, and he's going to be running the ball all day long.
That was about a 17-yard rushing touchdown, the 4th of the season for Pittman. As Olean will try to get set up and prepared for the extra point. Holder is number 32, Damon Ligori. The snap, the kick's on the way, and this one is good. Riley Silva's booting it in the middle of the uprights with 4:26 remaining in the first quarter. Olean up on Lakeshore 7-0. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics live.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being.
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. Riley Silvas booting this one downfield close to around the end zone, and this one will
trickled in, got into the end
trickle
zone.
in for a touchback. It was very close, actually. The return man was Cole Marecki, who was kind of dancing around with that football because as soon as that touched him, if it got a chance to touch him, he would have had to make a return.
So we should get some updates as we got another big matchup tonight in the A division as Grand Island will be taking on Lockport in a big A matchup right now, and we'll be getting some updates, and we'll share those updates with you as they come in, as John Simon will share those with us.
Lakeshore going to respond here with a 4 wide receiver set. And there's a snap, quick pass from Kennedy over to his receiver around the 25, shaking off one defender past the 30, down at around the 34-yard line, and a good start there. First play, first down.
Gillette does a good job of breaking a tackle right there and getting to that first down marker. Big first down, big way to start off for Lakeshore, especially after Olean answers so quickly right there after that first drive by Lakeshore.
That's been one of the strong suits for Kennedy's, his quick release on these design pass plays. He's able to find his receiver right away. He's able to get a quick strike.
We may have to do a band interview with these guys, man. They're so good today, aren't they?
They have done a phenomenal job. I've loved every second of them. A pass from Kennedy over to Kazmarek, who is a game time decision coming into this game, is playing tonight, able to pick up about a yard or two on that play.
And Danny Havers right there on the tackle. Number 22 does the big stop. The sophomore linebacker, 5'10", 170-pounder.
That picked up about 2 yards on the play. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Jake, we got a fun comment. I want to talk about it the next break we'll talk about.
Here's now Kennedy. Toss play over to Carlson. And he's wrapped up by the other running back for Olean, who just had a touchdown. Jamison Pittman there on the tackle.
Great job, Pittman, in open field tackle, but I love the pitch right there as the pitch got to the outside. If he was able to get around right there, Pittman, who knows what would have happened, but great job. We got a comment right here from Tony Pulverente, right? He is the athletic director currently over at Cardinal O'Hara. We also know as a basketball coach. He believes the last time they played was 2003, 2004, and they met and it was a playoff game, and he was at the game because he went to Lakeshore. So now the question is, were you in the game, Tony? That's what I need to know. I need to know what you did in the game, the stats.
Kazmarek with another catch. Try to get some blocking help, but he's wrapped up from behind. Picks up a couple more yards. Short at around the, see, they put the ball right at the 40, in between the 39-40 yard line. Pick up a couple of yards, now bring up fourth down.
Tackle was by number 10, Ryan Eisenberg, the sophomore linebacker, 6 foot, 160-pounder. Boy, isn't it amazing how many sophomores we've called tonight? Youth on both sides of the ball right here.
So fourth down and 5. 3 wide receivers, Kennedy having 2 running backs next to him. This snap, the fake, and it's a draw play for Kennedy. Past the 40, has to try to get around the 45-yard line, and it looks like he may have had enough. He actually had to get to the 44 for the first, and the ref's going to signal it. He just got enough. Kennedy, with the help of blocking and his ability, helps Lakeshore get a big first down on a fourth down situation.
Great block. Did you see the block that was led out there that got that? He doesn't get that lead block. I think it was Landon Jimerson who actually landed that block. Number 10 does a great job of getting out front. He doesn't make that block. That's not a first down. Good job right there.
Back to their 4 wide receiver set. Kennedy in the shotgun formation. Bit of a high snap. Able to try to find over his running back. Believe that's Carlson. And he just got back to the line of scrimmage. Some good tackling along with Pittman, and looked like Eisenberg and Silvis were there as well on the tackle.
And that may have been Carlson. I apologize. The 8 and the 10 looked the same the way they came around. That may have been Carlson who had that block out there too. So great job by them, as they did a great job helping each other out, trying to establish that run game, which you can see eating up the clock, and it's what Lakeshore's got to keep doing to keep Olean off the field.
Kennedy over with his running back, Hunter Brown. 3 wide receivers, a snap, the fake to Brown. Trying to look downfield, can't find anything. Able to shake off one defender. Throws it downfield. This pass is caught into Olean territory. Past the 40 and down at around the 38-yard line. Kennedy just being a magician, shaking defenders out of the pocket, rolling around for a big first down.
He's done a fabulous job of on the run, being able to just make sure he gets room to throw the ball, doing it with his legs. Just been fun to watch what he's done with his legs. Great job. I want to throw a special shout out there. I've got a good friend, right? I know that's a Lakeshore guy. He's here watching this game. He's known as Baseball Bob to the community here. Bob Koski. Bob, hope you're doing well. I know you wish you could be here at the game.
Here's the snap and the give over to Brown, and he may have just got back to the line of scrimmage as the line judge signaled him back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, as this clock is now less than 20 seconds to go in the first quarter.
I won't be surprised they run this one right out right here, and they're gonna. You can see Coach call them to the sideline. They're going to let this one go right here to the second quarter.
So as the clock winds down to 0, we're going to be officially done with the end of the first quarter. Only one score in this game, and it's come from Olean. Jamison Pittman with a 17-yard rushing touchdown. Olean trying to come back. They're slowly getting down the field. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics live.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. I'm Jacob Fyack. Alongside me is Tom Prince. We're live here at Lakeshore High School for Thursday night football action between Lakeshore and Olean. Right now, Olean's up 7-0, but Lakeshore is in Olean territory. Kennedy trying to gain some positive yardage off this draw play, and he's immediately swallowed up and will actually be run out of bounds towards Olean's sideline, losing a couple of yards on the play.
There's a flag. There's a flag on the far side of the field right in front of the Olean bench right there. And that's going to be a hold that's going to go right there against Lakeshore.
So as the run play did not perform to a perfect execution, the flag, looked like they said they would negate it.
You know what? No, not the gate. It is what they did is they didn't accept the penalty, Olean. So they don't accept the penalty because they wanted the actual play. Right. Because the actual play was a 5-yard loss anyway, so they want the second down.
So it'll be second down at about 16 to go. The low snap, Kennedy trying to find a receiver, and this one's caught by Kazmarek at around the 35. Gets moved back a bit and will be taken down at around the 41. He was originally at the 35, but only will pick up about 3 yards.
Yeah, he actually goes backwards trying to find an open spot right there, and unfortunately lost yards right there because you're right. That's a 6-yard difference from where he should have actually gotten the ball. But a big fourth down, it looks like, are they going to go for this? Looks like they're going to go for it, though.
Looks like they're in their shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers. Along with Jaden Kennedy, Hunter Brown right next to him. The snap. 3 steps. Kennedy feeling the pressure immediately. Going to try and scramble for it. Past the 40, 35. Spin moves to around the 30. And he is very close to the first down marker.
Coach Russell, you got yourself a quarterback here, I'll tell you that.
We'll see what the line judge has them. Olean's saying they're short.
I think they're gonna measure it out.
I'll tell you what, Kennedy just absolutely athletic, and the agility is incredible. Could have easily been about 10 yards short of the first down marker, but some nice juking and spin move ability, able to get them very close to the first down. And the chain gain is most likely going to have to come out here and check this out. They haven't been signaled down yet.
Yeah, he was getting the chain, the ref right there, bringing it out. But Jake, he really is just seeing the open field right there, and that was all on him, making sure he did everything to try to get this first down.
That's going to look very close, and he did not get it. It is short by a couple of inches, and Olean will stand strong, but a beautiful effort by Lakeshore and Jaden Kennedy to try to get the first down.
Great job right there. Like I said, I'm been very, very impressed with Kennedy today. You know, and you can see he's really doing everything he can to try to get that win that Lakeshore is looking for, and love seeing that. And you can see every single fight in him to try to make it happen. I love it. But now you've got to come up with a stop, because this Olean offense shows it's going to be powerful, and they're ready to put more points up on the board.
Silvis with the play, and this one will be immediately stopped by Pittman. He had some room on the outside, but a good job by Lakeshore to trip him up, and he'll lose a couple of yards in the backfield.
Looks like Blake Hegeman, the junior linebacker, 5'8", 140-pounder right there, does a great job of breaking through that block, getting a hand in there to be able to trip him up. But that's a big play right there for a loss, and something Lakeshore needed to come out to have that big first defensive stop.
Silvis out there with 4 wide receivers, has number 22, Dandy Havers, right next to him. Snap. Havers blocking, pass, beautiful throw by Silvis over to Pittman, right at the 40, and that's immediately who's going to be stopped. Threw that ball in between 2 defenders, and Pittman is able to corral it, hang on to it, and that should be enough for an Olean first down.
Pittman can run, he can catch, he can do it all. This kid, he plays defense, boy, he's all over the field. Just shows what kind of player he is, and Coach talked about it. Watch, my running back can do everything, and he's doing it out here tonight.
Looks like Pittman and Havers are right in the backfield along with Silvis with 3 wide receivers. The snap. They fake it to Pittman. Silvis feeling the pressure right away, and is going to have to hold on to it, and he is initially sacked and brought down. I think that was number 23, Blake Hageman, along with a couple of defenders, including Thomas Martin, able to help down to get the sack. Pushes Olean back about 5 yards.
Great job of making sure he held him there, right? Held him with the leg right there until he got more help come in. But he makes the big play of making sure that quarterback doesn't get a chance to run any farther than he did. And you saw Sullivan trying to break through, right? He was doing everything he could to break through. But that's a big stop right there by Lakeshore.
A loss of 5 yards, and that will result in the timeout by Olean. Their first one of the half. 8 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Olean still up on Lakeshore 7-0. We'll take a break in the action. You're listening to Western New York Athletics.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The Wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. Olean, Silvis rolling to his right. Deep shot downfield. This one is incomplete. Cody Tidd, the intended receiver, just out of the stretch of his hands, and I'll bring up a 3rd and 15.
Silvis has got an arm, huh? You can see he let that one go. Just missed Tidd right there. But he made it so that if Tidd was going to catch that, he was going to catch that in stride, and he was going the rest of the way right there for a touchdown. So remember, stay with us at halftime, as we're going to get at halftime. Both coaches will have a halftime show. We got a lot going on. So stick with us through halftime. As you'll see, we'll be doing a lot of different things at halftime for you too.
Silvis with Havers, 4 wide receivers, trips to the left. The snap. Silvis rolling out to his left, trying to go for a deep man downfield and double covered it out of bounds. Incomplete, intended receiver, number 21, Cade Anastasia. Anastasia being the Connolly Cup nominee this past week.
I thought our cameraman, BJ Stack, was going to catch that. He literally was right next to him right there. Come on, BJ. He's the baseball player, right? He can catch it. I know he got it.
Silvis will stay out there being the punter in this 4th down. Have about 2 punt returners for Lakeshore. Here's the boot, sailing over midfield, and this one is by Gillette, able to shake off one defender, trying to get some room to the 45 and trying to get to the midfield marker, but he'll be down at around, actually just got past the midfield marker. Going to Olean's 49-yard line, and Lakeshore will start off from there.
Gillette not only gets a great return right there, after the return he gets knocked out of bounds and then hurdles the benches so he doesn't get hurt. Great job there by Gillette. But what is it right now, at least for Lakeshore, to be able to get that big stop, right? To make sure that Olean doesn't come and put another touchdown up on the board. That's a big stop right there, and exactly what Lakeshore was looking to do defensively.
It looked like there was something on the field. The refs called an official timeout. They took care of it.
We got singers now. We got everything going here at Lakeshore.
So they actually moved the ball to the midfield marker. Lakeshore in a 4 wide receiver set. Trips bunch to the left, one to the right. The snap. A quick pass by Kazmera, getting some blocking at around the 45-yard line, and that's where he will be stopped. A pickup of about 5.
All right, so we need to make sure we text Frank Wolf, and when he does his sideline report, right, for the week, and he does top band, we got to tell him Lakeshore's got to be that top band this week.
Couldn't agree anymore. They've been phenomenal so far and just been amazing throughout this game. Dylan Carlson right next to his quarterback, Kennedy. Jaden shotgun formation, the snap, the give. It's Carlson trying to get some blocking, and he does. Trucking one defender past the 40 and down at around the 35-yard line. A pickup of about 11, and it's a Lakeshore first down.
And done it with the running game, right? It's not the quarterback this time, the running back does it. And goes right up the gut, means your offensive line has a good impact on that one. Great job. We're seeing the things we said before the game Lakeshore had to do to stay in this game. They're doing it.
About a 2 wide receiver set. Carlson next to Kennedy. The snap, the toss play. Bit of a miscommunication, but Carlson will pick it up. And he'll get her past the 35 and around the 34. A bad play at the start, but positive yardage at the end. At least a pickup of about 1 or 2.
That easily could have been a tackle for a loss right there. Carlson does a great job of finding room to at least turn it into a positive play right there and not make it so it's going to be second and really long.
So the credit Lakeshore a yard on the play.
2nd and 9.
4 wide receiver set. Got 2 bunches to the left and 2 to the right. Carlson next to Kennedy. Here's the snap. And the gives to Carlson once more, trying to juke up the right, up the gut, and getting past the 30, and they'll initially spot him at the 29-yard line. A pickup about 5 yards. Now bring up 3rd down and about 4. Hearing a little bit of the Lakeshore fan base getting up and ready. 3rd and 4. This has been a long drive for Lakeshore. They've done a good job killing clock. They just got to find a way to get some points on the board. 4 wide receivers. Kennedy, the snap. They fake it. Option play. And they sniff it out right away. Pittman there on the tackle. Beyond the line of scrimmage and into the backfield. Now we'll bring up 4th down.
They're in the zone to go for this too. So absolutely expect that we're going to see Lakeshore go for this. And what did we see last 4 down, right? We saw Kennedy had an extremely amazing gut play right up the middle. Almost gets the 1st down. They're no doubt going to go for this one too.
So it'll be a 1-yard loss. 4th down and 5. Lakeshore needs to get to the 23 to keep the drive going. Two running backs set, the snap. Martin rolling out to his left. This pass, this one's caught by Kazmarek. And he caught it around the 20, but brought down at the 21-yard line. That's more than enough. Lakeshore keeps the drive going.
Kennedy does it again, right? I mean, he's been great. I mean, I really have been impressed with him passing the ball. You saw the stats coming in the game. He's passed the ball very well, and you can see exactly why he's been able to. You give him time in the pocket, he's going to find a way to do something.
They go to a 4 wide receiver set. Thomas Martin next to Jaden Kennedy. And Rob Gillette on the left side of the far wide receiver. Martin with the carry, trying to go back up the middle, and he's immediately stuffed and brought down. One of the tacklers there was number 10, Ryan Eisenberg, to help out to stop Martin to get yardage. And he picked up about a couple on the 1st down carry.
Jake, the best part, right, again, what you've seen for the first half right now of Lakeshore is they've been able to sustain drives. And really, you're going to talk about if they keep this going here at 2nd down, we got 3 minutes left inside the half. If they could keep this going and keep Olean off the field, you're talking about Olean's going to get 2 possessions. That's it for the entire first half. That's how you got to do it to be able to stay in this game, especially against a great Olean team that year after year after year is so amazing.
The snap. Kennedy staying to his right, now to his left. This pass is high, and this one is intercepted. And it's the quarterback, Riley Silvis, there on the interception.
Hey, listen, Silvis is the other one, right? He's done it also on both sides of the ball. He's done it passing the ball. He's done it throwing the ball. He's done it even right now with his legs. He has been incredible to watch in this game.
And the refs are going to see where they're going to initially spot this ball. It looked like he got it right at the 1-yard line, but may have been down and around the end zone. So the refs are going to possibly discuss to see where Olean's going to start off with this. So with 2:48 remaining in the first half, Olean's up 7-0. Lakeshore done a good job sustaining their drive, getting down the field little by little. But Kennedy just threw an interception. Riley Silvis from Olean able to come up with a big interception. And it is definitely going to be an interception, as we'll see where this ball is going to be placed.
I actually know the band director out here, right? I knew him, right? Eric Blodgett. His kids all went to Orchard Park. I got a chance. They're big football players right there, and get a chance to see him. He is doing an absolute phenomenal job here with the band in Lakeshore. We're only going to see them for the first half, so we got to make sure we praise them for the first half. They've done an incredible job.
So this will technically be a touchback off that interception. Olean will start at their 20-yard line with 2:48 remaining.
Silvis, Pittman, that's going to be the connection you're looking for right now.
Man motioning from left to right. The snap, option play. Silvis will keep it. getting past the 25 and pushed forward close to the 30-yard marker. And we'll be down at the 27, pick up about 7.
Looked like on the tackle was number 78, Dahani Lovas, the senior defensive lineman, 6 foot, 195-pounder.
So with Havers and Pittman in the backfield, Silvas has 3 wide receivers. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. And flags are going to be thrown.
Jake, we're going to give everybody the first update coming from Grand Island as they're up 7-0. A touchdown in the opening drive, a 1-yard rush from Brian Bielik. Braden Willits had a big 50-yard catch and run to set up the touchdown. 9:03 left in the first out there. All right, Jake, I'm going to leave you here to finish this one off. We'll have first and take a look as I'm going to have Coach Vecchio right when halftime hits. We'll see what he has, what he thinks about the first half.
So with that penalty against the defense, there'll be a first down and 10 at the 32. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. The snap, the give to Pittman. And being wrapped up around the legs and taken down at around the 35. He'll pick up 3 yards as the clock will keep ticking. This has only been about the 3rd or 4th drive for Olean. That's been due to the long drives Lakeshore has been able to sustain when they've had offensive possessions. But Olean wants to get some quick scores right away. Silvas going to be feeling the pressure, and he's trying to escape, and he is taking down the big guy, looked like that was 66, Ashton Salas there on the sack, along with, I believe that was Dylan Carlson too. And with that, that will cause a timeout with 1:15 remaining to go here in the first half. So what we'll do is we'll try to we'll go for a break in the action. You're listening to Western New York Athletics Live.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. Out of the short timeout, we have about 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Olean up 7-0. It's a second down and 17. Well in their own territory at the 25-yard line. With 3 wide receivers, Silvas shakes off 1 defender. Quick pass and strike, and this one is brought in at around the 30 and taking down right at around the 33-yard line. A pick of about 8. The person who caught that, number 22, Danny Havers, the sophomore. Coming up big. This will now bring up another timeout. As the clock will stop with 54.6 seconds left. Now bring up to talk about on Lakeshore side of the ball, along with their head coach, Dan Russell, who heads into this season, his 4th year as head coach of the varsity program. Got a chance to speak to head coach Dan Russell, and one of the things he wanted to talk about was about the strength and conditioning program he helped implement as soon as he became head coach. Russell emphasized how important the weight room is for players, as he felt it helped him when he played high school football when he was in Section 5 in the Rochester area. Russell created a strength and conditioning program to give his players a chance to get stronger and build confidence heading into their games. Russell has noticed a lot of the players in the modified and JV football teams are having fun and taking the program seriously. The players build confidence as the program goes along and sees the results along the way. His biggest problem was the setback he had to endure when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. However, players in all programs are back in the weight room and has seen numbers in the program increase since he got it started. At the end of the season, players will take 2 weeks off and will head back into the gym preparing for the next season. And that's one of the big things you want to see from a head coach. If you're an athletic director, you know, depending on what program you're in and seeing where Lakeshore's program is at, this has been it's been a long time since they've had a winning record, and Dan Russell seems like the guy that's going to try and not only get them a first winning record for a long time, but could have a bright future in the program to try to build them up for a possible deep run in the next couple of years. So right now the refs are going to be discussing so as then I'll break out a huddle. We still have a 4th and 8. It's at the 34-yard line. They have to get to their own 42 for the first down. And the punting formation will come out for Olean. The snap, this is high, but he's able to grab it, and the boot is high. Right at around the 40. Gillette trying to shake off one defender. He's immediately stuffed. And we'll be down at around the 36-yard line, and Lakeshore will start off with it. And we'll see what they have to do, if they do a quick kneel down or not, if they'll maybe try to get some quick plays. It all depends on what Dan Russell wants to do. But he should be very proud of his team so far. They've done a good job sustaining drives and have only allowed Olean to get 7 points. Folks, don't forget, as soon as we hit the end of this quarter, we'll bring it down to Tom Prince, who will be with one of the head coaches for either Olean or Lakeshore, so definitely stay tuned for that. After that, we'll take a break. We'll do our halftime show. We'll come back out of another break, and we'll have another coach interview. So a lot of stuff happening around halftime, so stay tuned for it. Here's the snap. Kennedy, quick strike to Gillette, able to corral it in between two defenders. And he's got the first down. The clock stops at 35.7 seconds. And that will be a timeout by Lakeshore. The ball is at the 49-yard line. A 13-yard strike from Jaden Kennedy to his wide receiver, Rob Gillette, the freshman. That's the one thing about both these squads for Olean and Lakeshore. There's a lot of young players on this team. A good amount of freshmen for Olean. As for Lakeshore, they have a junior-heavy presence on this varsity team with a couple of sophomores, and just heard it from the freshman wide receiver, Rob Gillette. Gillette coming into this game mainly as the linebacker, but can also play tight end. Has 6 catches for 98 yards on the season. Also has well over 100 receiving yards after that catch, and leads the team in tackles. A freshman leading this team in tackles with 34 heading into this game. To a 3 wide receiver set. Here's a low snap. Kennedy facing pressure right away, and he is sacked. Number 56, Chris Bargy, able to escape and able to bring down Kennedy as the clock will tick. And that looks like that's going to be it for the first half as the clock's down to 10 seconds. Both sides will go to their sidelines and to their own respective locker rooms as we will officially hit halftime here at Lakeshore High School. Right now, Olean's up 7-0 over Lakeshore in this Thursday Night Football edition from Western New York Athletics. I want to thank you guys for tuning in so far. We'll wait until we'll have Tom Prince along with Olean head coach Phil Vecchio.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax.
What's up?
Coach Vecchio at half, Olean leading 7-0. Coach, what changes do you think you need to make in the second half?
Well, we need to get him off the field is what we need to do. I mean, our number one plan all week is to control 11. We know how dangerous he is, and we've done a pretty poor job of it so far. Offensively, we just got to sustain drives and stay away from penalties.
Coach, good luck in the second half. We're going to throw it right back up to Jake up in the booth.
Thank you, Tom, for the quick interview from head coach Phil Vecchio from Olean. Right now we have about 11 minutes remaining in this first half intermission, so what we'll do is we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be here for the halftime show with myself, Jacob Fike, along with me, Tom Prince. We'll take another break, and then after that, Tom Prince will be with head coach Dan Russell from Lake Shore. So a lot of stuff to happen here around halftime. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics live.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
All right, we are live right now for the halftime show. Before we start the halftime show, I want to give a big shout out to this band right here. Let's hear them. What a great job right there. We heard from the band today. One of the best bands we've seen. God, they have drums. They have everything. They've been into it. We've been hearing them sing along with it. Unbelievable job right there by the band. We absolutely want to give them a special shout out in this one. So, Jake, let me turn it over to you right now. Start our halftime show right here.
Yeah, absolutely. So far throughout this first half, it's been a bit of a slow one. Not a lot of drives we've seen so far, and that's been due to Lake Shore's sustainability of their drives, taking a lot of time off the clock, only allowing Olean to score 7 points. But with that happening, with not many drives from Olean, it's led to a 17-yard touchdown by Jamison Pittman in the first quarter, and that's really been our score so far, 7-0. And Lake Shore's done a good job to keep themselves in this game, to give them plenty more chances in the second half to try to tie this game up and try to get a win here tonight.
We talked about it before the game. Key had to be Lakeshore had to be able to run the ball. They had to be able to control the clock out here today. They had to do everything they could to keep Olean off the field. They've done that. That's the reason why this game's close right now. Lakeshore's done what they need to do, right? Kennedy has been unbelievable so far from the perspective of Lakeshore's concerned. But listen, do not count what we have over on the Olean side, right? Silvas, Pittman, we know what they're capable of doing. They could easily explode on one play. We talked to Coach. You heard him say it, right? We've got to make sure we get them off the field and we get a chance to start sustaining drives ourselves so that we can go ahead and win this ball game.
Yeah, and that's absolutely been the focal point so far for Olean's side of the ball, trying to get some sustainability drives throughout the second half once the second half gets started. But I'll tell you one thing. This could also really be a lot of momentum change if Riley Silvas can get some passing going, especially some deep passing. He had one opportunity where he could have had a touchdown, but unfortunately the wide receiver dropped it, where this could have actually been a 14-0 game.
That's a great point. There was one that dropped, and then one he just missed the outstretched hands, right? That could have been another one. He's that close. He's got a gun, though, I'll tell you, and look for him to throw, because when he does, he can find an open man. And if you remember early on, there were wide receivers that were wide open. Can they find them again for the second half will be the question. But I'll tell you, momentum-wise, Olean still's got a lead. Whether they're happy or not with it, they got the lead. But Lakeshore's got to build off this. As you see, they're trying to get better and better every week.
And with that, Olean will be starting off the ball to get the second half going. They won the toss. They elected to defer. That's why Lakeshore started off the beginning of this game. But I'll tell you what, if you're Lakeshore, nothing would be more happy for these fans, and obviously if you're a head coach, if you commit a big turnover and to get your team deep in Olean territory.
So, yeah, absolutely. So, listen, let's find out. We're going to right here is the end of our halftime show. So far, great game. We got what we wanted, a good game. It's 7-0 right here as Olean leading Lakeshore. Big second half. Let's see what happens the rest of the way, Jake.
Absolutely, Tom. I'm Jacob Fock. Alongside me is Tom Prince. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have Tom Prince with Lakeshore head coach Stan Russell live on Western New York Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car? Forget about it. How about home? Forget about it. Does he get good rates? Forget about it. And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy? Forget about it. Look, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about.
Johnny, this is Paul Wolf. Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
you're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf, that's all you had to say. Call today.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. Right now, we're going to go towards the sidelines where Tom Prince has Lakeshore football head coach Dan Russell.
With Coach Dan Russell right here at halftime, 7-0 Olean. I heard your speech before this game. You were inspirational. You told them to defend the turf, do everything we could out there. That's a great first half right there for Lakeshore. What do you need to do to go after it and win this game in the second half?
We just got to keep believing in ourselves. You know, playing with confidence, because if we play with confidence, that allows us to play with speed and aggressiveness and, again, finish. And so that's just confidence is really what, and belief, inner belief in what I am being asked to do and knowing that I can do it.
It's taking the next step. You got a quarterback who out there who believes in you, is really doing it. What does he got to do in the second half?
I love the way, actually, we've been able to move the ball. We had a couple of nice drives there in the first half. We just couldn't finish. We had the turnover there at the goal line, and then we were just short on a fourth down conversion. So we just got to not make many mistakes, any mental mistakes, because we had a couple of penalties there that kind of put us behind the sticks. But as long as we continue to really do what we're doing and believing in ourselves, I think we're going to continue to be able to move this ball.
Fantastic. Coach, we wish you luck in the second half. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. We'll shoot this back up to Jake for the finish and the second half.
Thank you, Tom. And just like you mentioned from Dan Russell, one of the biggest things he wants this team to focus on in the second half is not to have those mental mistakes. This has to be a very good second half for them. They're down by 7. They know they're going to kill a lot of clock, and they have to make sure that each drive they have offensively is going to result in points on the board. So we have about 97 seconds left, remaining a little bit in this first half intermission. We thank you guys tuning into our halftime report. We think you guys have loved it and appreciated the halftime. We've heard a lot of support and a lot of feedback, so we want to thank you guys, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or on the WesternNewYorkAthletics.com page. And right now, it looks like we're going to be going down to the sidelines once more. BJ Stack is with a bit of the cheerleaders as they get prepped and ready for a little bit of a cheering moment right before the start of the second half.
going to let the cheerleaders get some time right now as we come back from halftime. They're showing us what they can do.
Very awesome moment for the cheerleaders. Thank you, BJ Stack, there on the sidelines, doing an amazing job, amazing camera work. From the two interviews we've had from Phil Vecchio and Dan Russell from Olean and Lakeshore, as we have both the football teams coming back onto the field for the start of the second half. Like we mentioned earlier at halftime, Olean won the toss. They deferred, so they'll get the start off here. They're up 7-0.
Jake, that's a haul to get up here. I had to get my breath for a minute.
Definitely a older style setup here on the broadcast booth, behind the bleachers, having the stairway up to the broadcast. But I'll tell you what, if you guys are here in this booth right now, a phenomenal view of the football field.
We got the band, we got the cheerleaders, we got the football, we got everything tonight. It's been a great game so far.
Here's the kickoff to start off the second half. And a quick gut by Pittman, tiptoeing down, still staying up on his feet. Beautiful center of gravity, and he's starting it off in the Lakeshore territory at around the 46-yard line. He caught that ball at around the 25-yard line, took it up a notch, and never stopped running.
We got a scoring update coming from Grand Island. They now lead 15-0 over Lockport with 2 minutes left in the first. Another touchdown for Bielik.
So Olean having great field position. They go three wide receivers, two running backs set in between Silvis. Snap, the draw play. It's Silvis getting past the 45 and down at around the 42, 43-yard line. Pickup of about 4.
So early on, right, what are we seeing Olean do, right? Running the ball, right, trying to get that sustained drive, trying to make sure now they can keep the ball away from Lakeshore, but you see he wants to make sure they start sustaining some drives themselves.
We'll stay with the three wide receiver set. This time has Pittman right behind Silvis, and Havers next to him, and the defense jumped. Looked like that was number 78, Donnie Lovis there, that jumped the gun a bit, and that will push Olean a bit closer to the first down marker. Only now a 2nd down and 1.
So what do you think, a nice handoff here to Pittman?
Pittman definitely be the ideal thing, could be an option play over to him. The snap, and it's the handoff to Pittman. Past the 35, getting the first down and more around the 30. A penalty marker looks like is down on the field. As Pittman was down at around the 22. We do have a Lakeshore player that is down too on the far side of the field.
Right when Pittman was making that turn is exactly where you saw it. That's going to be the hold right there. You saw right when he was making the turn that flag get thrown, and that's usually the spot for holding.
And unfortunately, we do have a Lakeshore player that's down on the field, and a personal trainer will be attending to him with an injury timeout with clock stopping at 10 minutes and 46 seconds. So what we'll do is we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come right back. You're watching Western New York Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
We welcome you back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. Out of this injury timeout, that was number 32, Thomas Martin there, but was able to get up on his own feet towards his own sideline. So we do wish the best for him, making sure he's okay, and hopefully he can come back into this game.
Boy, Grand Island showing they are right now the top in that AA North. They go up 22-0 with 9:40 left in the second quarter. Horvath, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Figliola. But, boy, Grand Island just turning it on.
Here's Pittman trying to turn it on as well, getting past the 40 and down to 39, trying to pick up a 5.
That tackle was by number 15, Drew Russell on that one. The junior linebacker, 6-foot, 175-pounder.
So this will...
It's like 3rd and 3 is what it's going to be right here.
3rd and 3, around the 39-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and boy, this would be a big stop for Lakeshore if they can get it.
I think they're in 4th down territory, though. I think they get 2 shots at this.
Here's now the draw play. Silvis getting the first down and more, still staying on his feet, and down at the 25-yard line, a pickup of 14 yards. And the big reason he was able to get that yardage, being patient with his blocking and finding a hole to his left side for big yardage.
And that was Hegeman and Kazmarek on the tackle right there to be able to stop him, because I'll tell you, if he breaks that tackle, he may be going into the end zone right there.
Olean going with 3 wide receivers. And Havers motioning up right behind his right tackle. Here's the snap, toss play. Havers trying to get some blocking to help Pittman get the run. Tries to go up the gut and is down at around the 20-yard line, about 5 yards. Actually, they might put him at the 21, about a 4-yard pickup.
Hegeman on the tackle again right there. We've been calling his name a ton on defense so far. He's been coming up big with some big tackles. But Olean, remember what we heard Coach say, we need some sustaining drives ourselves, right? We're now going into the 4-minute barrier right here that they're doing, and they're moving the ball and doing it by the run right now to be able to take that time and sustain their drives.
3 wide receiver set. Here's the snap, bit high. Pittman, he is stuffed.
Excellent tackle.
Did you see it was again there, Jake?
Looks like that was number 23 over for Lakeshore, Blake Hageman, cutting right through the offensive line.
We have been right now unbelievable with how much we've called his name on defense. He's really stepping up for Lakeshore. A big 3rd down right now.
So with a 3 wide receiver set, be 3rd down and 6. Silvis, here's the snap, looking to his right, trying to find open man. He's got it. Looks like that's Eisenberg at around the 10, the 5, trying to dive for the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Olean. Ryan Eisenberg, a short pass, got some speed, 21-yard score. They go up 13-0.
Right there. So we just missed the tail end of that play. We tried to show it to you again. Unfortunately, we just missed the end of it. But a great job as you saw him go, break it to the outside, lower that shoulder, and Eisenberg does a great job of getting in that end zone and making it happen and putting those points up on the board. So the first drive for Olean in the first half, the first time they get the ball, they score. First time in the second half, they score. Now let's see what they can do to be able to sustain and keep it going in the second half.
Silva's extra points on the way, and it is good. With 7:43 remaining in the third quarter, Olean's up 14-0. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics live.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
We welcome you back all to Western New York Athletics. Lakeshore trying to go for a return and being stopped immediately as Kazmarek looked like the return man. He was down at around the 19-yard line, so a long way to go for Lakeshore to start off this drive.
Looks like we got an injury out there, and I hate to say that, but that looks like it's actually Pittman who's down. I think, though, he's cramping. You can see the way they're stretching him. I just think he's cramping right now, which is probably one of the biggest things we've seen all season so far, Jake, is cramping. And the reason why that is listen, these kids are in school all day with masks on, right? They're not drinking a lot of water that's out there, and that's one of the big things you need to do. And you got to be doing it all day long, not even all day long same day. You really got to be doing it the day before, the night before. You really got to make sure that you're hydrating. But we see this often where we see a lot of cramping in every single game that we do.
So as Pittman's being helped out too by the trainer, like Tom said, it's cramping up a bit and just being stretched out. You know, one of the things we talked about this broadcast a couple times is how young both these football squads are. That touchdown by Olean, their second one of the night, was by their wide receiver, Ryan Eisenberg, a sophomore on this team, more known on the defensive side with 21 tackles on the season so far and 1 sack. Tom, he came into this game with -2 receiving yards into this game, and after that 21-yard reception touchdown, that's a little nice on the stat sheet there.
No doubt. But you know what but if you take a look at, there aren't many teams that you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different kids receiving the ball, right? It just shows that Silvas has no problem with spreading the ball around and can find the open man when needed. And this was, you saw Eisenberg peels right out to the right side of the field, right along that sideline, wide open, gets the pass, and then does the rest himself right towards the end zone. But that's exactly what, no doubt, Coach Vecchio wanted to see from Olean come out at half, right? Come out, answer, big drive, sustain, take time off the clock, more than a 4-minute drive, did exactly what he was talking about that they needed to do.
Lakeshore looking for a way to respond. Carlson with the carry, and he's immediately stopped. Looks like right around the line of scrimmage. And I believe that was Danny Havers there on the tackle. And now it looks like we're going to have another official timeout, maybe another injury timeout, and it's Carlson.
But you are absolutely right. That was Havers there on the tackle. Does a great job of getting there and hitting him so that it was going to be for a loss right here. Let's just hope that we see that it's Carlson's okay right here, and it's just more of a cramping thing on this side of the ball.
So what we'll do is we'll take another injury timeout here with 7:19 remaining to go in the third quarter. Olean's up 14-0. You're watching Western New York Athletics live.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
coffee?
And we welcome you back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics, as we're still a bit in an injury timeout, as Dylan Carlson from Lake Shore is being attended to by the trainers. And Lake Shore will now come out of their huddle. It's a 2nd down and 14.
And I'll tell you, this is a tough spot in the field to be in right now, Jake. They got to try to get a first down. You don't want to give Olean fantastic field position right here.
Here's the snap. Kennedy rolling out to his left, trying to avoid the pressure, a toss play, and this one is caught by Kazmarek.
I think he went past the line of scrimmage. I think that's what this flag is going to be.
Just mentioning that about the flag, as this was a forward progress as he went beyond the line of scrimmage.
But boy, his athletic ability, did you see that flip right there? I mean, that's all athletic ability right there. And he almost turns a first down on a play that looked like he was going to be tackled for a loss right there. Just shows what his athletic ability is. Boy, what great plays we've seen from both teams right here. It's been so far a fun one to watch. But here's the danger zone that you're getting in right now, right? Look where they're now placing this ball at 2nd down. Lakeshore's got to try to get some better field position right here, because if you punt this right now and stay in this area, you are going to give Olean an unbelievable field position and an opportunity to go up by 3 scores.
Kennedy in a 4 wide receiver set has his teammate Hunter Brown, running back. As a man now motioning from left to right, that is Landon Jimerson. Here's the snap. Kennedy, fire this downfield. This one is caught, and breaking a couple of tackles and getting past the 25 down to the 26-yard line. A gain of about 17. Number 35, Aubrey Tallchief, the junior, making a big catch there and makes this 3rd down a bit more easier.
Tallchief, a big receiver. He's been big receiving the ball right now for Lakeshore. But now you got to find a way to get this first down. But, boy, he turned what looked like was going to be an insurmountable right there first down opportunity, and Kennedy does it again right there.
So 3rd down and 2. Kennedy all by himself, but now they got Jimerson right next to him. The 5 wide receiver set, the snap. It's Kennedy up the gut, getting the first down, and he does. Just getting past the first down marker at around the 30, a pickup of 4, and Lakeshore keeps the drive going.
Got to give credit to the offensive line right there, Jake. You don't see a hole open like that for your quarterback to run through unless your offensive line is holding their blocks, doing the right thing, and making sure that happens. That's something on a short yardage you got to give credit to the offensive line.
The offensive line standing up strong, and a good job by Kennedy, able to fake it out to try to get a hole up the middle, thanks to that offensive line. So coming up on 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lakeshore at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. The low snap. Kennedy trying to find a hole. He's able to get it, having 1 defender on him, and now he's brought down with the help of Cade Anastasia. He'll pick up about maybe 3-4 yards on the first down draw play.
Looked like Tid was in on the tackle, too, on that one. But, boy, that was one, the gap that you saw that Kennedy found. Did you see him squeeze right through that little hole right there? He found a little tiny hole to get through as he gets through and turns it into a positive opportunity. But, boy, they're doing right now, again, the clock ticking right here. We talked about 4-minute drive right there that was for Olean, right, the first part of this drive, and they're answering with just about the same amount of time on the flip side right now.
With the snap, Kennedy feeling pressure off his right side. A quick strike over to Carlson, but ref's going to say incomplete. Ball hit the ground, and Carlson could not have corralled it. The 3rd down and 6.
Good to see Carlson back on the field, too, after that, what we thought was a little injury right there, but does a great job of getting on the field. And that'll actually stop the clock. That's one of the things, though, when those missed passes happen, is about the only negative thing. It'll stop the clock right now. And, you know, Lakeshore wants that clock to keep moving.
Olean's defense already out there and ready. Lakeshore just breaking out of their huddle. They go 4 wide, trips bunch to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Kennedy, 2 steps, feeling the pressure off his left and right side, able to try to shimmy forward, but he's immediately tripped up and maybe gains about a yard. Had 2 guys in the chance to get him, but 3rd time's the charm. Chris Bargy able to wrap him up by the legs.
Bargy, the junior defensive lineman, 5'10", 195-pounder, comes up big. He doesn't get him right there at the ankles, and that's an opportunity. Kennedy may get a 1st down, so big play right there by Olean.
So they get about 2 yards, and Kennedy is back for a punting formation. And you hear Dan Russell call timeout, and Lakeshore will. Their first one of this half. The clock stops at 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Only ends up 14-0 on Lakeshore. We'll take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the Wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offers stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. We move it over to Tom Prince, who has a score update.
Grand Island goes up 29-0, 4 minutes in the half. Figliola, a 10-yard touchdown reception from Horvath. How good is this Grand Island team in the A North?
Putting up 29 points before the end of the first half, just showing how aggressive they've been in their game, as we've had 2 competitors here tonight doing the same thing. Kennedy rolling out to his right, trying to find a strike over to Carlson, and low, incomplete off a 4th down. It's a turnover on downs, and Olean has a chance to make this a 3-score lead with tremendous field position.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously what we said at the timeout was, let's go for this. We've been moving the ball. Let's try to get this. We're trying to go after a win right here. I don't blame him for going for it. I really don't. I probably would have done the same exact thing in his shoes. But now you're asking your defense to come up really big right here. You got to make a stop to keep this a 2-score game.
So Silva's jogging out there for his offense. He's done very well so far, throwing the ball down the field and done a good job on the ground attack. And obviously you can't forget about Jamison Pittman, who's just been just as good, if not better, probably the biggest factor in this game for Olean's offense. Silvas with the carry. Lakeshore is able to sniff out the toss play, but Silva's able to get a good chunk of yardage. Tackled it around the 27-yard line, a pickup of about 9.
Boy, he can really do it all. I mean, from the quarterback to run to defense, I mean, he has just been something to watch on both sides of the ball. So, folks, watch, take a listen as Western New York Athletics. We got some big games coming up. Tomorrow, we'll tell you what we got. We've got Iroquois and West Seneca East, 2 undefeated teams going at each other. And then we've got Jamestown and Hamburg that are going to go head-to-head with each other in a big A-South matchup.
Silvas on the carry. Option play, getting the 1st down and more, but the flag gets thrown at around the 33-yard line, well into the backfield.
Yeah, you wonder if that's going to be a hold right there, and that's going to come back, especially where you can see where the flag was thrown, so you can know it was deep into the, early into the play. So, Jake, and then Saturday we got 2 big games. The first game will be St. Francis will take on Erie out of Pennsylvania, And then we're also going to get a chance to see Sweet Home take on McKinley. I apologize right there, as another big matchup happens. So again, 4 big games that you're going to see here, Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, the game we are currently at, where Olean leads 14-0 right now over Lakeshore. Hopefully get a chance to see some of the new stuff we're doing. You know, we got 2 cameras working today. You can see we've done the halftime show. As Jake and I got a chance to go over things, we got to interview both coaches, trying to bring more and more stuff to you from Western New York Athletics.
2nd down and 14. They have to get to the 26 for the first. Silvis trying to fire a strike, and that's through the hands of his receiver, incomplete. Damon Ligori, the intended receiver, had a nice little post route to get some chunk yardage back, but just went through his hands. 3rd down and 14.
So a long 3rd down right here, right? Lakeshore's got to make their big stop. This is there, but Olean is in that 4th down zone. You don't need the whole thing right here if you're Olean. You can easily get a chunk of it and then get a chance to go for it on 4th down.
Here's a snap. They fake it to Pittman. Screenplay. And he's immediately stuffed. With the help of number 54, Hunter O'Donnell there, wrapping up by the leg, and 2 more Lakeshore defenders able to bring him down.
Yeah, O'Donnell, the first one there, no doubt, like you said, Jake. And then 78, Dehani Lovas comes in and finishes it up right there. That's team tackling right here. Big 4th down play. Let's see if Olean goes for it. But, boy, that was a great idea right there, the screen, because if the play wasn't made, they get by that first level right there, you're talking about a big play that would have been there for Olean.
Only got a yard on the play. There'll be a 4 wide receiver set. Silvis feeling the pressure. Deep shot downfield. Has Pittman. And it's incomplete. Just off the fingertips. And a big turnover on downs helps Lakeshore get their offense back out there with 50.8 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Jake, have you been impressed with Silvis's arm tonight? I mean, he really can launch the ball. There's no doubt about it. And that was just out of the outstretched hands of Pittman right there. And you would think if he comes up with that again, there are a couple plays where he has just missed his receiver right there. But he has an unbelievable arm, and you can see exactly why he's the quarterback of the Huskies.
Ball spotted at Lakeshore's 39-yard line, 1st and 10. They go 4 wide receivers. Jaden Kennedy in the shotgun formation, the snap, and the give is over to Carlson, and he'll gain about maybe a yard or 2 on the play.
Carlson on the carry, little gain. 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
So it looks like they go back in the huddle. They might maybe get 1 more playoff here before the end of the quarter.
I was wondering if they were going to even try, but they are going to get this play off.
Going 4 wide again, 10 seconds now remaining on the clock. The snap, it's a bit high, and Carlson gets stuffed. At the help of Jamison Pittman there and a couple more Olean defenders, they get back right at around the line of scrimmage, actually just a bit past the original line of scrimmage. They lose about 4 yards, and that, folks, will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Lakeshore, with the ball in their hands, is down by 2 scores. Can they make a comeback? We'll find out in a little bit. But for right now, we'll take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics as we just about get started off with the fourth quarter in Lakeshore on their home turf on senior night. Down by 2 scores. They have the ball in their hands on a 3rd down and 13.
After this play, Jake, I want to see if there's something that you see that freaks you out a little bit when we're doing the broadcast. A little fun comment here.
Here's the snap. Looking to throw downfield. This one is incomplete. Aubrey Tallchief, the intended receiver, looked like he slipped up on the play when he was trying to make the catch. And
I agree with you, Jake. It looks like it slipped. Looked like his feet came out from underneath him, which is why he wasn't able to come up with that play.
It was an official timeout as it looked like Tallchief may have been hurt, but he was just more upset at the fact he didn't make the catch.
Yeah. So, Jake, we're really high, right? We're actually way above the stands. The press box is not attached to the stands, so we're extra high than we normally are. And we're sitting down because we don't have to stand up because we're so high. We can see everything in the field beautifully. But there'll be times I'm sitting here and these cheerleaders pop up and all of a sudden you see a cheerleader fly in the way because they're throwing them up in the air.
Here's the punt by Lakeshore, and Pittman trying to go for the return. Fumble on the play, but it's recovered by Olean. And they're going to get a nice return at around the 40, down the 35, and being tackled at around the 34-yard line. Didn't know who the exact returner was.
It was Tid.
It was Tid. Yep. And what a big relief for Olean, not only to get the recovery, but get a huge gain to put themselves in good field position.
That is really instincts, right? Tid takes it and then just takes off with the ball, but great instincts to go after, get the ball, and then make a big play. Well, it's big enough to just be able to say is, hey, I recovered the ball for us. He does a great job of adding even more, and now you're giving that Olean that great field position as they try to make this a 3-score game. Don't be surprised they take a shot right here, Jake. Take that one shot right now early, right at the touchdown.
And they're in the right formation with 4 wide receivers. A quick strike, though, and this one is caught right past the 30 at around the 25, ding down at around the 20-yard line, tackled at the 18, a pickup about 15. Zach Byrne on the short catch and big run. Olean first down. They're in the red zone.
That was Thomas Martin on the stop for Lakeshore. But a great first shot, right? Take a nice play, nice short throw right there. Let your wide receiver do his thing. Great blocks. What I've loved that I've seen today by both teams is the blocks outside right there to be able to make sure your guy can get more yards.
First down and 10. 4 wide receivers. Havers right next to Silvis. Pittman motioning left to right. Silvis trying to get some blocking. He ends up tripping up on his own feet and tackled at around the 10, maybe 11-yard line. So pick up about 8.
But only in right now the clock becomes in your favor, right? With a 14-point lead, now what you want to do is just see that clock keep ticking right now as you're trying to get that win. And that win right now for you guys, if you think about it, is big as they get back to 500 with a win right here for their overall record. But their league record, right, you increase it, now you're going to 3-1 in league.
A big win right here, especially in their division. A toss play to Pittman. Trying to get the extra blocking from Byrne, but the flag is thrown. He is in the end zone, but it looks like this will be coming back. And the holding against Olean will push them back.
You know, it may be the only negative thing you could say about Olean tonight has just been some of the flags that have really killed some of the drives that stopped them from sustaining drives that the coach you heard talk about at halftime said was their issue. Really, flags may be one of the only negative things I've seen about the Olean team. This team, you can see, is dangerous. They can put points on the board and do it quickly. You got a quarterback, you got a running back, you got the receivers. You got every recipe right now to really move the ball and do it against multiple types of defenses.
They go 4 wide. Havers next to Silvis. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. The snap. Faking the draw play, trying to find an open man, and this one will be incomplete. Bit of a confusion, and I believe that was Carlson as the one that was able to deflect the pass, or at least was in the vicinity of the ball.
3rd and 11, ball to 19.
But the one thing we did want to see was a good game tonight, and it's absolutely what we've seen, right? And it's something that when you know a team right now has been struggling, as we've seen in Lakeshore, right, with 1 win, you can see this as though something that can really build off, right? This is how you're going to get better and better. And this is, especially when you play really top teams like we know Olean is, this is a great job. This really is a great job and a good thing to build off of.
I got a man motioning, and Silvis will have the carry. A burst of speed to the outside, trying to get some blocking, shaking off another defender. 2 more, and he dives at around the 10-yard line, a pickup of about 9, but that will be 4th and definitely manageable. Only 2 yards to go.
Jake, we got a scoring update. What do you think?
The Grand Island once more.
Grand Island goes up 36-0 at halftime. Jackson Jones with a 16-yard TD catch with 22 seconds left in the half. I think that's the 3rd TD pass there by Horvath. He has been on fire right there.
So it's a 4th down and 1. Silvis and Pittman in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. The snap. The option play. Silvis able to shake off 1 defender. He dives forward. A smart play by him as he's got well enough for the 1st down. A really good effort by Lakeshore. They're able to block off the pitch play to the Pittman and had Silvis try to do it. Ended up tripping himself on the play, but nonetheless, it's 1st and goal.
But still, you can see that dual threat quarterback, right? When he wants to, he'll take it, and he's done a very good job of finding those opportunities to get 1st downs just like that.
And what does it even better is this kills off more time on the clock. 8:30 and counting. Olean knocking on the doorstep. And we got flags being thrown. Saw Lakeshore jump a bit. Don't know if the offensive line jumped or not, but
I think it's going to be a timeout. I think it's going to be a time. Oh, no, I apologize. It was a jump. I saw the Olean team. It looked like they were going to run over there, so I apologize. That's going to be an offsides, like you said there, Jake.
So it was an encroachment penalty on the defense. And I'll put him at around the 3-yard line. Still 1st and goal. Snap, the give, Pittman trying to get his way into the end zone, and he does for the 2nd time tonight.
Flag 2.
But there is a flag on the play. And we'll see what it's on. It's going to be an sportsmanlike conduct penalty against Olean. So the touchdown will stay up. Pittman picking up his 2nd touchdown of the night on the ground. His 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
But big run right there, right? You really saw they took advantage of the field position that was given to them and really came down, started the drive off great with the pass play, and then set it up for a couple big runs by Silvis and then Pittman, and does a great job of getting in that end zone. So I would assume that the 15-yard penalty for the unsportsmanlike conduct is going to come on the kickoff is where it's going to come.
So we saw the placeholder being thrown onto the field, so they will go for the extra point.
the Grand Island game, Figliola has 2 interceptions on Green, the quarterback of Lockport.
The snap's down, the kick's on the way. It was a bit slow, but nonetheless, it is good. 21-0. With 7:48 remaining in this game, Olean now up on 3 scores against Lakeshore. And this Thursday night football edition of Western New York Athletics will take a break in the action. You're watching Western New York Athletics live.
Paul Wolf Agency, how can I help?
I got a problem. I got a big problem. The house flooded overnight, everything's destroyed, and I don't know what to do.
You can relax. The wolf is on his way.
What's the damage?
It's bad.
As opposed to good? It's 20 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
You're Teddy?
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul Wolf. I solve problems.
Oh, good, because I got a big one in here.
May I come in?
Absolutely.
Mr. Wolf, can I get you a cup of coffee?
Welcome back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics as both teams get back onto the field ready for the kickoff. So far, it's been Olean in terms of the scoring. They're up 21-0, and it's 2/3 of the touchdowns have been from the run game by Jamison Pittman, their senior star running back, having 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. Also had another touchdown, Riley Silvis, their quarterback, throwing one to Ryan Eisenberg for a 21-yard touchdown pass, and that's been our scores since. Silvis ready for the kickoff, boots this one downfield at around, looks like around the 25, goes through the hands of Cole Marecki, but tries to get a return, and he's got a burst of speed past the midfield marker. Riley Silva's trying to get up to Marecki. He tries to shift back from left to right, trying to keep going, and he's tackled down at around the 6-yard line. A big run by the sophomore, Cole Marecki.
Wow, did you see those moves at the end? He was shaking and baking right there at the end. He almost did everything trying to get in that end zone. Great return right there to try to give your team some much-needed momentum, but a great return, especially because the way it started, you looked like it was going to go even farther back, but he does a great job of putting his team on the back, and special teams always comes into play in every single game we see in high school, and he does a great job of turning into a positive for Lakeshore right here.
And we'll get a timeout called by Olean with 7:29 remaining in the game. I think it's a good thing at least Riley Silvis has a good boot on his right foot, because if he wasn't there kicking, Marecki would have gone for 6.
No doubt. You know, we talked a little bit about the Grand Island game here, too. Figliola with 2 interceptions. Green goes for 300 yards last week against Niagara Wheatfield and 4 touchdowns. This quarterback has been lighting it up lately against teams. I mean, really lighting it up. So it just shows that they've been going after the pass here at Grand Island, and Grand Island making a statement right now with inside that A division. We're talking about, right now I could tell you, Jake, that A South division may be right now the best division in football. I mean, they're that good. They're that deep when you're talking about teams. There's 6 teams that are going right now for 4 spots in there. But I'm going to tell you, South Division, watch out. If you think it's a given against the North, watch out, because Grand Island is showing you there's going to be no given game when you play Grand Island.
That Class A is going to have a nice playoff preview once the playoffs roll around. Going to have a lot of fierce teams trying to go for the Class A title. Here's Jaden Kennedy over to Kazmarek, and this one will fall incomplete. Cody Tidd there on the coverage. Looked like Kazmarek may have just dropped the ball, and Tidd was trying to go up and make the tackle, but nonetheless, it's incomplete. So with Kennedy going with the 2 running back set, both to the right side of him, 3 wide receivers. Kennedy with the snap. It's a high one. He'll try to take it up the gut. Immediately stuffed it around the 6-yard line, and that's where he's going to stay. Gain maybe about 2 yards, and will bring up a 3rd and goal.
Olean can have a huge stop right here, right? Think about that, right? You have the ball come all the way down here to first and goal, right, about the 8-yard line, and now you could come up with a big stop, big momentum push for the defense, and really help you build off that for anything that you've been talking about, your defense really taking strides right here.
Hunter Brown along with Jaden Kennedy in the backfield, 4 wide receivers. Here's the snap. Looking from right to left. Kennedy facing the pressure right away, trying to dive forward, and he's down at around maybe the 4-yard line, if not the 5. He picked up a couple more yards, but a good job by Olean with their pass defense and their coverage, making Jaden Kennedy having a hard time finding some open receivers. But it is 4th goal, and they're obviously going to go for it.
And Kennedy was looking up the gut. He's been successful going up the gut, as we've seen multiple times right there. But that gap closed very quickly right there as Olean was able to make that big stop and really step up defensively. Been very impressed with Olean's defense right here down in the goal line.
They'll still go 4 wide, trips to the right, 1 to the left. Kazmarek on his all alone on his left side. The snap. Kennedy trying to find a receiver, feeling the pressure right away, has to throw it, and it's incomplete. Towards the right side of the end zone, I believe that was maybe Carlson there as the intended receiver, just couldn't corral it, and a big turnover on downs.
Boy, and again, you thought Kennedy was going to get tackled 2-3 times right there. Does a great job of just keeping that play alive to try to make something happen, and almost does it again. But you've got to give huge kudos right here to the Olean defense as they come up and step up big to make sure they still have 0 up on the board. But a great job right there, the defense. They answer. They've been asked to answer, and they do it right there. Huge kudos right there to the Olean defense. But now you got a long ways to go. But listen, you also could look at this as a positive if you're Olean right now, even though you're far down. If you can run the ball and just keep getting first downs, the clock is on your side, right? You want that clock to keep going right here.
The snap and the give. They're going to trust it to their big guy in Pittman. And there he goes at around the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Has a couple Lakeshore defenders, but he stays up, and now he's wrapped up and taken down by Rob Gillette well into Lakeshore territory. Tackle down at around the 38-yard line. A huge gain off one play. And who else but Jamison Pittman?
I think the only thing Pittman didn't do good there was he went out of bounds. He needed to stay in bounds and keep that clock going. But, boy, he has just been amazing to watch on the run. He gets to the outside. Watch out. If he finds open space, he is going to take advantage of it, and he is one tough kid to read all the take down and tackle, but a great job to the run. He got to the outside quick and made sure he made that big play.
It was a pickup about almost 60 yards on that run. We'll go with the 2 running backs set, 3 wide receivers. The snap, draw play for Silvis. Down the 30, 35, Gillette holding onto his left leg to get him to stop, and Silvis able to grab some more yardage. Officially put him at the 31, a pickup about 7.
Actually, that was holding on the leg. That was Hegeman was holding onto his leg right there. It was number 23 that was holding onto the leg right there. Did a great job. He doesn't hang on right there. That who knows? He breaks that out. It could be even more. But the clock keeps ticking, right? This is exactly what Olean wants. It's right now the time clock is in their favor. Let's see how they can do. Keep moving the ball.
Silvis barking out orders on the 3 wide receiver set. Pittman. And they just got Lakeshore to jump. It was off the left edge. So with encroachment on the defense, they'll move this forward, and it will give Olean a first down. And that clock will keep ticking.
So, you know, one of the biggest things in high school football to me is what adjustments can come out of halftime, right? What are you going to do to be able to make the necessary adjustments to win the game? You have to like the adjustments that you've seen from Olean here in the second half, right? Really did a great job. You heard exactly what Coach wanted to do about sustaining drives, doing things a little bit differently and really coming up big defensive-wise, and we've seen exactly that happen by this Olean team.
Here's the snap, the toss play, and immediately met up by Hageman and number 12 there, Nate Chimura on the tackle, sniffing out the toss play as Pittman did not go anywhere, losing about maybe 5 yards.
So if you haven't seen, what I do is I put out every week a Tom's top performances, right? To get on that Tom's top performances list, you need to do the following. A quarterback has to throw for 250 yards or 3 touchdowns. A running back's got to go for 150 yards or 3 touchdowns. Wide receiver, 100 yards or 3 touchdowns. And a defensive player has got to come up with at least 10 tackles. I'm going to tell you right now, for the Lakeshore team, Hageman may make that list right now for 10 tackles. I'm going to be very honest. He's got to be close to it right now.
Absolutely. Hageman's definitely on, I would say, on your mind for that. And obviously on Olean's side of the ball, Jamison Pittman's definitely the big guy to look at. He's just been a phenomenal player on the run game.
And he could do it two-wise, right? I mean, we're seeing the yards he's been putting up right there, right? But he gets in for the end zone, gets his 3rd touchdown. He's making that list, I'll tell you, as a top performance. But I'm going to tell you, yards-wise, I mean, Olean's had, just over 100 yards rushing is what it looks like. And, again, that's about right there, Jake. It's about 100 yards. So, I mean, you maybe not at the 150 yet. But I'll tell you, he gets that 3rd touchdown, and we're adding him to the list right there.
So we come out of the timeout with a 2nd down and 15. It's at Lakeshore's 31-yard line with 3:55 remaining in the game. With 3 wide receivers, along with Danny Havers and Pittman in the backfield. The snap, the fake to Pittman, and able to shake off 2 Lakeshore defenders. Silvis running for about a couple of yards, but my goodness, able to juke away 2 Lakeshore defenders off that left edge. Got some positive yardage back, but it'll still be a 3rd down and long.
But Silvis has really shown us today why he's a 3-year starter, why he's a leader on this offense, right? He's really done so many positive things for this team. And when you need just that little extra play, that's something to happen, you've seen Silvis come up big. I mean, between him and Pittman, this has been 2 dynamic players on offense that we've been able to watch tonight to really do their thing for Olean.
At around the 3-minute mark in this game, Silvis feeling a lot of pressure. He's going to try to go downfield, hit as he's thrown, and it is caught, but incomplete. He could not get the feet down, and boy, that would have been a humongous play for Olean, but just could not get the feet down in the farther part of the end zone.
Silvis, again, shows us that arm strength right there. And I'll tell you, I thought it was going to happen. And you saw we really had to wait for that call to come in from the officials, whether that was going to be good. It was that close. But unbelievable what we've seen, the arm strength from Silvis. He really has a gun.
An amazing effort by the senior running back, also defensive back for the defensive side, Damon Ligori, able to corral the catch.
4th and 11.
But nonetheless, it was incomplete. 4th and 11. Ligori all by himself on the right side of the field as a receiver with a 4 wide receiver set. Silvis trying to look for a quick strike, and this one is caught at around the 15-yard line and taken down at around the 11.
Pass complete.
And that should be enough for a 1st down.
That was Eisenberg on that one, I thought, too.
Yeah, I believe Eisenberg was there that made the catch as he's being substituted out by Zach Byrne. Making a big catch up the middle. The ball spotted at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10.
And that was at his fingertips. He does a great job of going out and getting that and holding it on. Eisenberg with a great catch right there.
Pittman in the backfield, along with 3 wide receivers. Byrne with the motion. Silva's trying to find an open man downfield, and this one is incomplete. And I believe that was, I want to say maybe Havers there as the intended receiver. But my goodness, he had a nice job to go around the outside, farther side of the end zone.
I actually think it was
no,
32.
It was actually Ligori.
Yeah, Ligori. It was, and that was who was just over there, the same exact spot, except for deeper in the end zone, but right in that area from the last one. But that at least stops the clock right there, right? It does stop the clock, and it's giving Olean right now a chance to do more here offensively. But like I said, is what I've been most impressed with is Silva's arm. Boy, he's got a gun. He really can deliver multiple spots in multiple situations.
The snap, the give. It's Pittman at the 10, the 5, and he will coast into the end zone for 6. Give him now 3 touchdowns on the ground tonight to extend the lead to 27.
And he's going to make one of the top performances in Western New York right there this week as he's got his 3rd touchdown. And we're seeing right now the replay happen, and I apologize, it was a little choppy right there to us, but we're trying to get that replay out there to you. But a great job right there as Pittman has just been a tough running back to stop today. He's been all over the field. We've seen him doing it receiving, we've seen him doing it running it, but Pittman has been the man today.
The snap's down, the kick is on the way, and this one is no good. Silva's going 3 for 4 in the extra point try with 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in this game. Olean up 27-0 on Lake Shore. And we'll stay up here for a bit, not go to a break yet. Want to quickly talk about, Tom, why don't you talk about the show you do along with Frank Wolf that you guys do every Wednesday night?
Yeah, so you want to tune in Wednesday night to the Western New York High School Football Show is what we do, where we're going to go through every single conference. We're going to talk about some of the top games that we had that week, what we're looking for next week, but we really get a chance to highlight as many kids as we can here in Western New York and talk about those great opportunities and those great games that they had. You know, here's a great one, right? This is where we get a chance where Pittman can be talked about, where Silva's can be talked about, right? All these positive things that we could be talking about, which is why we know about Green at Lockport that we just talked about, why we know about Horvath and what he's been doing this season, why we know right now that Casella in Orchard Park is doing what he's doing, right? The 2 top receivers that come out of Western New York are right now sitting in Orchard Park with Evans and Menicabelli, right? What about Lancaster? What about Bennett, what he did? Dominic Allen with a 300-yard game, all those things.
Kaczmarek bobbled it, and it will go in the end zone for a touchback. But not only that, you guys talk about, you know, the players and the upcoming matchups. You guys also do interviews with the head coaches, but also try to get a lot of the players on the show. And I believe you guys had one as well, correct?
Yeah, we had one this week. We actually brought in the quarterback from Canisius is who we brought in. And he has just been unbelievable so far this season as we just see Canisius doing incredible things. But, you know, we've had Randolph's running back, Tyler Hine, come in.
Oh, Xander Hine?
Yep, I'm sorry. I'm thinking
good.
Tyler and his older brother, right, or his cousin. But Xander Hine came in. I apologize. We've had Ben Casella in to do an interview. Absolutely, we want to highlight and talk about as many kids as we can in Western New York.
And you mentioned there with Canisius quarterback Tyler Baker you guys had on the show. Done a phenomenal job with that Canisius football team. They've been dominant this season. Here's a pass from Kenny to Kaczmarek, and we'll get about a short gain on the first down throw as we are now less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
I think so far you could say the player, the matchup of the year everybody was waiting to see was that Bennett-Lancaster matchup, right? We've got it. The next matchup that I'm dying to see that is the big-time matchup will be that Canisius-St. Francis matchup.
So 93 seconds remaining in this game, and clock is ticking. Kennedy with 4 wide receivers. Brown, the running back, next to him. Snap with 3 steps. He's going to roll out to the right away. Trying to go for a deep pass downfield, and this one is tipped and incomplete. Cody Tidd, the defender in coverage, able to tip that pass. The intended receiver was Aiden Kaczmarek.
One of my old good friends who we all know passed away, and I talk about as much as I can, is Dick Gallagher, right? Dick Gallagher would always talk about the unsung hero, right? The one you don't talk about, doesn't get the respect, doesn't get the recognition that you deserve out there. I'm going to tell you, Tid's been that man today, right? You've seen him come up big defensively. You saw what he did on the special teams. He's done all the little things on this field to help this Olean team, and Tid deserves a ton of credit.
Yeah, Tid's done a phenomenal job on that defensive side of the ball. As he's there once more on that pass that was attended to Aubrey Tallchief. Right when he's by the vicinity, he's right there to create a presence and a bit of an intimidation factor towards the receivers he's guarding.
So 110 in this one. It looks like, it will be an Olean victory right here. Like I said, I think there are positive things for both teams to take away from this game and how you build off and get towards the end of the season. As you know, Olean trying to make a run right now to get back to that playoff hunt and do what they do best, because if you see Olean in any sport, they're a tough team to beat.
Here's the snap, the pass, and this one going to Aubrey Tallchief. It's deflected once more, incomplete, and Olean will take over with 1:06 remaining in this game, and we'll get the victory here tonight. Go 500 on the season, 3-3, and we'll go 3-1 in their division. And as for Lakeshore, they will fall to 1-5 on the season.
So, folks, listen, this is what we're going to do. At the end of this game, we're going to shut down the broadcast. We will then put a new broadcast out when we do post-game ceremonies, where we will absolutely have our winning coach, where we're going to get a chance to talk to Coach Vecchio. And then we will have our player of the game, and we'll get a chance to talk to the player of the game there also. So look out tonight on social media, as we're going to go back live again here shortly, as we'll have both those interviews for you.
As Olean goes now to the knee, we'll talk about the next matchup they have. It'll be Friday, October 15th for 7 p.m. kickoff. They'll have a home matchup, but it's going to be a big, tough matchup. They're going to be going up against Iroquois.
Oh, no doubt. That's as big matchup as you can get, right? And but Iroquois right now has got to worry about their matchup this week, as they're going to go head-to-head with West Seneca East, as both the undefeated teams will go. We'll have one of those teams no longer undefeated after Friday night.
And as for Lakeshore, they fall to 1-5 on the season. They'll go to 1-4 in the B South. And their next matchup, again, next week, October 15th at 7 p.m. kickoff. They'll be traveling on the road to take on Pioneer.
Pioneer, another very good team, right? Runs the ball very well. Got two running backs that you see. Another veteran quarterback. You're going to see absolutely a good team come in. You saw what Pioneer just did to Dunkirk with a big win. That's going to be another tough team that they're going to face.
So as the clock will wind down to hit 0, both teams will head towards the midfield mark to do their handshakes. Tom, quick thoughts about the game?
That great adjustments by Olean in the second half, right? And I love the way Lakeshore came out and played. They really felt that they needed to do certain things. I felt they established the run game. They did a lot of positive things to build up for the future. And, boy, they got a chance to show off their quarterback tonight, because this Kennedy is for real. But I'll tell you, Pittman, Silvis, right, Tid, we saw phenomenal play right there with Olean, and it's absolutely why you're seeing Olean going on the streak they've been on.
So what we'll do here is we'll take a break in the action, and then we'll do a quick break in the action, and we will come back. This is Western New York Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time, because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
So we welcome you back, everyone, to Western New York Athletics. We'll have a quick thing going on here for the cross-training athlete of the game for one player from each side to be awarded this award, and we'll go right down to the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's character award, sponsored by Cross Training Athletics and Section 6, will be presented to those athletes who have set the example in sports, in speech, conduct, love, faith, and integrity. For Lakeshore, number 20, Aiden Kazmarek. And from Olean, number 54, Lucas Brushingham. Congratulations for showing a lot of class.
So with that, we have the two cross-training athletes of the game for Lakeshore, number 28 in Kazmarek and then number 59 Lucas Brushingham. So for everyone here for this game, thank you guys for tuning in on Western New York Athletics YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook page, or on WesternNewYorkAthletics.com. We're going to be signing on this broadcast, but we'll be right back for the post-game wrap-up. Thank you guys for tuning into this broadcast, and we'll see you all next time live on Western New York Athletics.
When you're ready to buy a home, start your search at HowardHanna.com. You'll be the first to see new listings, find similar properties, and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent. Get started today at HowardHanna.com.